The Suruma River was once a lifeline. Its waters flowed strong and free. Fish jumped in its currents, birds nested along its banks. People lived and thrived near the Suruma for generations. Its rhythm was the rhythm of their lives. The river provided sustenance and supported livelihoods. Farmers depended on its water for irrigation. Fishermen cast their nets for a bountiful catch. Children played in its shallows, their laughter echoing across the water. The Suruma River was more than just a water body. It was a source of life, a place of beauty, and a symbol of resilience. Its story was intertwined with the stories of the people who lived alongside it. However, this delicate balance was about to be disrupted. The decision to dam the Suruma River was driven by a desire for progress and the vision of a prosperous future. A rapidly growing nation needed more electricity to power its industries and homes, ensuring that the wheels of progress kept turning. The dam, a symbol of modernity and development, promised a brighter future, standing tall as a beacon of human ingenuity. It would generate power, create jobs, and boost the economy, providing a much-needed lifeline to the nation's growth. The project was ambitious, a testament to engineering prowess and the collective effort of countless workers and visionaries. Massive concrete structures rose, taming the once wild river, transforming it into a controlled force of nature. The Suruma's flow was constricted, its energy harnessed to turn turbines and generate electricity, lighting up homes and factories. However, this progress came at a cost, affecting the environment and the communities that had thrived along the riverbanks for generations. The dam's construction marked a turning point in the river's life, forever altering its course and impacting the lives of those who depended on it for their livelihood and culture. The once free-flowing Suruma was now controlled, its fate intertwined with the needs of a nation on the rise, symbolizing the delicate balance between progress and preservation. The dam's construction brought with it an insatiable demand for sand. Sand, a key ingredient in concrete, became a valuable commodity. The Suruma River, with its sandy bottom, became a target for extraction. Dredging machines, their metal teeth tearing at the riverbed, became a common sight. The consequences were immediate and devastating. The river, once deep and navigable, turned shallow and turbid. The dredging destroyed fish breeding grounds, decimating fish populations. The once clear water became choked with sediment, making it unfit for drinking or irrigation. The Suruma, once a source of life, was now being systematically stripped of its vitality. The very resource that had promised progress was now contributing to the river's demise. Voices from the bank's communities grapple with change. The impact of the Suruma's transformation was felt most acutely by the communities living along its banks. These communities, who had lived in harmony with the river for generations, now faced an uncertain future. Their lives, once intrinsically linked to the river's rhythm, were thrown into disarray. The river, which had been a source of life and sustenance, now became a symbol of their struggles. Fishermen, their livelihoods destroyed, watched helplessly as their nets came up empty. The fish that once thrived in the Suruma were now scarce, leaving the fishermen with no means to support their families. Farmers struggled to irrigate their fields with the dwindling and polluted water. The once reliable irrigation systems failed, and crops withered under the relentless sun. The once fertile land grew barren, leading to food shortages and economic hardship. The community, which had once been self-sufficient, now faced the grim reality of hunger and poverty. Women, traditionally responsible for collecting water, now had to travel further, often finding only contaminated sources. The journey, once a simple task, became a daily struggle for survival. The Suruma's degradation brought not progress but poverty and despair. The promise of development had turned into a nightmare for those who depended on the river. The voices of the riverine communities, their pleas for help, went unheard, drowned out by the roar of development and the relentless pursuit of economic growth. Their struggle continues, a testament to the cost of unchecked progress. Seeking solutions. innovation, and the need for regulation. Amidst the environmental crisis, a glimmer of hope emerged. Scientists and engineers began exploring innovative solutions to mitigate the damage caused by sand mining. Alternative materials for concrete, such as recycled plastic and industrial waste, were being researched. New dredging techniques, designed to minimize environmental impact, were being developed. Artificial reefs and fish ladders were introduced to restore fish habitats. However, technology alone was not enough. Strict regulations on sand extraction, coupled with robust monitoring and enforcement, were crucial. Governments needed to recognize the true cost of environmental degradation and prioritize sustainable practices. A global crisis, rivers under threat. The plight of the Suruma River is not an isolated incident. Across the globe, rivers are facing similar threats from damming, sand mining, pollution, and climate change. The Mekong River in Southeast Asia, the Ganges in India, and the Colorado River in North America are just a few examples. These rivers, once mighty and life-giving, are now shadows of their former selves. The consequences are far-reaching, impacting biodiversity, food security, and the livelihoods of millions of people. The global crisis of river degradation demands a collective response. International cooperation, knowledge sharing, and a commitment to sustainable water management practices are essential to protect these vital arteries of our planet. Balancing act: development versus sustainability. The story of the Suruma River raises profound questions about the balance between economic development and environmental sustainability. As industries expand and urban areas grow, the pressure on natural resources like rivers intensifies. While progress is essential, it cannot come at the cost of irreversible environmental damage and social injustice. The deforestation and pollution we see today are stark reminders of the consequences of unchecked development. The pursuit of economic growth must be tempered with a deep respect for the natural world and the needs of future generations. Pristine rivers and thriving wildlife are not just beautiful, they are vital for our survival. We need to move away from short-term gains and embrace a more holistic approach to development, one that values both people and the planet. Sustainable farming and community conservation projects are steps in the right direction. The future of the Suruma River, and indeed all rivers, depends on our ability to find this delicate balance. River restoration projects and community cleanup efforts show that positive change is possible. It is a challenge that requires a fundamental shift in our thinking, our values, and our actions. Only through collective effort and a shared vision can we ensure a sustainable future for our rivers and our planet.